Morning, we are from Group 5. My name is Chen Siqing.
So my name is Chin Yilin.
My name is Toriwan.
My name is Fazlatul Aisyah.
My name is Chuchamin.
So we start from part declaration. Public class for 1, dim current shape and string is equal to none. So it means like uh, this declares a variable to keep track of the shape selected by the user. Example is like rectangle or circle. It's initialized as an empty string. So uh and then private sub for one lot which is means like this code is run automatically when the form loads. And then it calls the hide all input function to make sure all input fields like text box are hidden initially, keeping the form clean. And then now private sub hide all inputs and then it means like hides all the text box for entering dimensions like length, width, height, radius. And then the below clear function is to clear all input fields and the result box takes the result, ensuring to have no old values remain. So it used to reset the form whenever needed. And then now private sub show fields, parent array fields as control. So this method is used to selectively show only the input fields needed for a specific shape. And then the parent array fields allows you to pass multiple controls like txt length, txt width, and somehow as parameters. And then first it hides all inputs by calling the hide all inputs function. And then it makes only the specified fields visible. And then this only can show length or width text box if you use the visible function. So that's all for me.
Okay, so here is the shape selection button. So here is for defines the 5 different subroutines for user to click on the shape selection button in the interface lah. So the first subroutine here is button cube click. Button cube click will run when the cube button is clicked, and then the current shape will equal to cube. Assign the string cube to the current shape variable, means the user can choose the cube. And then the txt shape let the user to confirm their selection. And then the show fields txt length will call the subroutine that makes only the length input box txt length visible because the cube requires only one measurement is the edge length. And then the second one is button keyboard click. Subroutine is execute when the user select the keyboard button. And then it will set the current shape to keyboard and update the txt shape text box to show keyboard. And then the show fields txt length, txt width, and txt height is called to display 3 input box which are required to calculate the values for the keyboard. And then the third one is button con click subroutine. It handles the con button click and then it will update the current shape and txt shape to con and then makes only the radius will and height fields visible using the show fields method, as these two dimensions are sufficient to compute the const value, area and also perimeter. And then the button pyramid click subroutine, it will set the current shape to pyramid and also show 3 fields that as txt length, txt width and also txt height. three of them are needed to calculate the pyramid. And then the last one is the button cylinder click. It will set the current shape and also TXT shape to cylinder, and then display the radius and height input box using the show fields TXT radius and TXT height. Okay, so that's all from me.
Okay, next I'm gonna talk about the volume button. First, this code runs when the volume button is clicked. It calculates the volume of a selected 3D shape, which is cube, cuboid, cone, pyramid, or cylinder, and shows the result in the TXT result text box. First one, we declare the TXT length as L, TXT width as W, TXT height as H, and TXT radius as R. It means that it reads user input from text boxes. And then the double dot try pass safely convert text to number. If input is invalid, value will be 0. Then label update LBL result dot text equal to volume. This changes the label to show that the result is a volume calculation. And then the select case current shape is for shape selection. This checks the shape selected by the user, then it uses the correct formula based on the shape. And then the final result is shown in TXT result rounded to 2 decimal places using .2 string 0.00. And to summarize what I say, this part of the code checks which shape is selected and uses the correct formula to calculate the volume. It gets the dimensions from the user, does the math using VB.NET function, and then displays the result clearly with 2 decimal places. Thank you. That's all from me.
Okay, now I will explain about the area button of our program. This button allows users to calculate the surface area of 5 different 3D shapes: cube, cuboid, cone, pyramid, and cylinder. When the array button is clicked, the program starts by reading values from the input text boxes, such as length, width, height, and radius. These inputs are stored in variables using double try pass, which helps avoid errors if the input is not a number. Next, we set the label to show total area, so users know the result is an area. Then the program checks which shape is currently selected using a select case statement. After calculating, we convert the answer to a string with 2 decimal places using .toString 0.00 and show the results in the result text box. This part of the program helps users easily calculate surface area with just a few inputs and one click. That's all from me. Thank you.
So right now I will explain about the primary. No, sorry, no primary, perimeter, sorry. So when the button perimeter is created, so it will declare the variable, which is LWRH, so as double. Okay, it will take the input that key inside the text box length, width, height, and radius, and convert it from string to double and store inside the variable just now we declared. So when the perimeter button is clicked, so the label result, it will change, become the perimeter. So here we got the select cases. It's something like the switch. So when the user click the button cube, it will automatically run the formula for the cube, which is 12 times L, and it will convert from the number from double become string and round into the 2 decimal places, and it will output inside the text box result. So same thing for the cuboid, the formula 4 times the sum of L plus W plus H. And for the cone is we declare variable length, so it will count for the using the math library. So for the square R and the square H. So the formula for the con 2 times pi times R plus 2 times length. So for parameter 2 times the sum of L plus W plus the square root 1 over 2 square and plus H square plus the square root W over 2 square and H square. Yeah, for the last one is the cylinder. Is the formula is 2 times pi times R plus H. Yeah, same thing. It will convert into string and round into the 2 decimal places. So right now I'll show the design. So this is the design for the 3D shape calculator. And if I run, so this one original, this one is shape and result, and the input text box is behind it. So when the user click the button, it will show up the right now what shape it choose, and it will output the text box that is needed be input. Yeah. So we choose one. So right now it's Kuboy. So if we input some number, so when I choose to create the parameter, right now it will come out. It will change from the result and become the parameter, and it will output the number and in 2 decimal places for area and for the value. So if I click the other shape, it will automatically clear the input text box. Yeah. So that's all for me. So thank you.